11th question. So again it is a context related. So you can see Janhit. It is a Janhit judgment 2022 in which Supreme Court justified this Amendment Act. It justified the Amendment Act related to reservation, related to EWS reservation. That can be the beginning. Since it is a long question 250, you can write it justified which has breached 50% ceilings going to reservation going to 59.5%. This. So that can be introduction. Then you can talk about EWS reservation. That 10% reservation was introduced in 2019, a constitutional amendment act. This you can consider. The past, you can talk. So you can past in brief you can talk. Somewhere you can write in brief, present it, how it has been. So Balaji case, Indira Sahni case, Nagaraj case, IR Coelho. This. So these are some cases where Supreme Court has reiterated. Main case is this, where 50%, 9-judge bench. It said 50%, it linked with basic structure. And it should not be breached. This. So that can be told. Then thereafter, let's see, you have to write Mandal. So Mandal Commission also, let's see, it recommended because of Balaji case. So because of this case, let's say, it also recommended 27% reservation for OBC, not to breach 50% ceiling. Because this plus we had 22.5%, let's say scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. So totally it will become 49%. So it wanted to keep 50%. It wanted to keep below 50% because 50% was considered as something ceiling. And that has become basis for its reiteration. Indira Sahni case, Nagaraj case, IR Coelho case. And that is how it was presumed before, let's say, Janhit case, that 50% is a ceiling which in the reservation should not be breached. Right. Even we can consider that this in IR Coelho case, Supreme Court went on saying that Schedule 9, in which let's say that reservation related to other states having 68%, etc., etc. So it told that they will be subject to judicial review. So this is what you should write on the first one side of this, let's say the answer. Now the second side of the answer, let's take. So in Janhit case, now Supreme Court has gone into, let's say, justifying 10% reservation. Grounds. So the grounds will find that first let's EWS. EWS is a separate category. Let's say that. Next, past judgments. Past judgments were related to socio-economic backwardness, socio-educational backwardness. The socio-educational backwardness for OBC, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, but it is related to economic, let's say, criteria. So past judgments are related to social educational backwardness, and it is EWS is related to economic backwardness. It is related to economic backwardness. So it is because of this will find EWS category, a separate category which has been given a reasonable, let's say that it is being considered as a reasonable classification. It is a reasonable classification under Article 14. This, and since these judgments, let's say past judgments, are equivalent to social, educational, etc. Hence, these judgments are related to 50% ceilings. 50% ceilings apply to them. A separate category, for a separate category, it does not apply. And let's say that why it does not apply. So let's Article 15(5) and 16(5). This will find. So Article 15(5), 16(5), they apply to this reservation. And EWS, we have Article 15(6) and 16(6), and they apply to this EWS. A separate law has been entered, a separate section has been added, separate clause has been added in the Constitution. Hence, on this background, let's say that this 10% is justified. That is the second part of the answer that you should write. So this answer demands lots of clarity. You know that there should be more clarity in the sense that the way question is demanding, and that is how you should try to learn. Then now, the third part of the answer, let's say next. The third part of the answer, if you see. So the third part of the answer talks that now we should say there are problems. The problems in judgment. The judgment, whatever the judgment given, first it has ignored. So it has ignored 50%. Then if 50% is breached, does it breach basic structure doctrine? So they say that basic structure doctrine is also Supreme Court creation. So does it affect merit? When 50% limit is breached, does it affect merit? Does it affect efficiency? So that has not been made clear. Now, next is, let's say that when let's say EWS limit is 8 lakh, let's say income, and creamy layer in OBC is also 8 lakh. Anyone who is OBC of, let's say that this 8 lakh, let's say that anyone who has creamy layer in OBC and then 8 lakh this, can we say that both are same because they are also not enjoying reservation? Whether the people who do not come under this reservation, let's say that beneficiary of this, their condition, and those who are above, let's say their condition, whether they have the same, let's say that key status, that can be considered one. Another that key flaw, can a 5-judge bench, can a 5-judge bench override, let's say that judgments like past 9-judge bench? This, and then let's say criteria, it has not been looked. The criteria, let's say if you find, so it has not looked the criteria in the sense those which are basis, the criteria which have been given for identifying the EWS. By those criteria, you can find that over 80 to 90% forward caste or let's say general category can fall in the category of EWS. This can be another aspect. And let's say Supreme Court has told in Indira Sahni case, in 1992 it was told that backwardness is social And from social, let's say, backwardness comes educational and economic. Economic backwardness cannot be stand alone. Economic backwardness cannot be stand alone, let's say, that criteria. So this is how it raises several questions. Right? Means many a time it is said that some of the things when we do, so it raises more questions than it provides solutions to the questions. And this is how it has been challenged. So we can say that there are several such issues, legal issues, technical issues related to the judgment, which should be clarified by the higher bench. The case has been referred. However, one positive aspect of it can be considered. The way forward, this is how you should write. When you write way forward, so positive aspect is that it is progressive. Let's say gradually, let's say our reservation should move towards economic criteria rather than social educational, because for 30 years we have been giving social educational backwardness. Their conditions may have improved, and scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, they enjoy reservation since independence. Their conditions may have also improved. So when their conditions improve, we will move more close towards economic, let's say that backwardness. This can be one aspect. Second is transcendental, let's say transcendence. It is considered as constitutionalism. Transcendence constitutionalism means it is a kind of, let's say that trying to address the socio-economic backwardness of the society. Means a state has the moral obligation. A state should address the problems of society, especially those who are also economically backward. So they should also be, let's say, state should also intervene in their life or in, making their life better. And from positive perspective, progressive perspective, we can see this judgment as, let's say, going one step ahead in terms of moving towards taking economic based reservation or bringing, let's say, our policies, but it still, let's say, questions many things, and it brings lots of issues which basically those things were talked in past by such judgments. So those things also need to be made more clear if we want to make EWS reservation less arbitrary as per past judgments and an innovative, let's say that innovative way to address socio-economic backwardness. And that is how we should try to end.